Hi, this is Dez Futak here again on day 12 of my 90-day internet marketing challenge. Okay, today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carry on from where I left off more or less. So I was looking at the timeline and showing you how searches rise and fall, and today I'm just going to look at another Google tool called Google Insights for Search, and another one called Quantcast, which I talked about on I think it was day number 10, where I asked you to maybe think about the sort of person who might be interested in the products or services that you're trying to market. Because unless you can get into the mindset, unless you can get inside the head of the person or create that person in your head or know what sort of person they are, then really you're going to be guessing as to what they're looking for. Now today I'm going to take a little bit further, and I'm going to talk to you about the difference between when you're in the search phase and when you're in the buying phase of your internet search, if you're a prospect or a customer. And obviously as a person who's doing the marketing, you want to be getting people at that point of contact when they're in the buying phase, because you want to be the person who actually produces that product at that point. So I'm going to be talking to you about buying phrases in the screenshot video. So I'll just hop onto the computer now and I'll carry on there. Hi, this is Dez Futak here again, and what I'm doing is I'm just looking at the phrase make money online as I was looking at yesterday in yesterday's video. And I just want to show you, as I said on the talkie video bit of this today's section, I just want to show you Google Insights for Search. Again, hopefully you've seen this tool before if you've been doing research on Google. And I'm a bit lazy, so I just actually go to Google to find out the URL, because I can't be bothered to, because I could bookmark it really. Anyway, so Google Insights for Search, and it's a great tool. I'm going to combine that with a little bit of Quantcast as well. And we're just going to have a look at the phrase make money online, obviously is our example here, but obviously you don't have to do that. You can be looking for an alternative phrase, and I'll talk to you about appropriate phrases in a minute. I'm just using something that's a bit of an eye-cover, obviously. So straight away we get interest over time. Now you can see as the internet has become more and more commercialised, we definitely seem to be getting a peak. Now we've also got some very, very useful information here in terms of which country these searches are in, but don't be deceived, because sometimes Google can fool you. This regional interest is maximum in Nigeria, so you think, oh well, I should put all my advertising in Nigeria, but let's just change the date to the last 12 months and see if it's still Nigeria. It might not be, because that's just historically, oh, it still is, so I'm wrong. But we have Philippines is second. Now what I would do with this then, if I was advertising in the United States, or so my target audience, if they were based in the US or based in Australia, then I probably wouldn't necessarily be using this particular term in order to do my advertising. I think the main reason why I'm saying that is because really the people in America or United Kingdom aren't particularly going to be searching using this phrase. Okay, so let's just think a little bit more laterally here. So if we go back to Google Insights for the Google Wonder Wheel, go back to our phrase, let's just think of some alternative ways that people might be trying to make money. So let's have a look at paid surveys for a minute, which is another one. Now if you look at the size of the circle here, it does show us that in fact there are a lot more people searching for how to make money on the internet using paid surveys, and it's obvious why, because there is little risk involved in doing that. If you're actually doing a survey and you're making money just by doing a survey, then really you're much less likely to be losing money. The return on your investment is obviously going to be lower, because the payout is significantly smaller for the amount of time that you need to put into it to make a decent amount of money. Okay, so here we've got how to make money online from paid surveys in Australia. Now that is a great example of what I call a buying keyword phrase here. Okay, so somebody has actually done a bit of search engine optimization on their website, and that's the title of their page. Okay, so the title of their page is that. Now if we go back to, that was using the US proxy, but if we use the UK proxy, without the proxy here, and having a look, let's see what we get. We just hide the Wonder Wheel for a minute and go back to normal search. Okay, so here we've got paid surveys, get paid to take money, typing opinions online. And here we've got a very convoluted web address here, paidsurveys.workathomebusiness.com, and that's a good example of somebody actually putting a description of the thing that you might be looking for into the actual domain name as well. So it does show that Google takes notice of that, or at least a lot of people take notice of it. So let's go back to Google Insights for search and apply a little bit of intelligence here. We'll add a search term, and let's just see how Make Money paid surveys compares with Make Money online. It's very, very small, interestingly. So there's a huge volume of people looking for Make Money online, but most of them aren't in our target area. If we're looking to market in the United States and England and Australia, which tend to be safer economies, so the people who are going to be buying the products are not necessarily, but they're maybe potentially more likely to have stable incomes. That isn't necessarily true anymore. Philippines is a close second. Philippines is a very strong English-speaking country, so you can put some adverts in the Philippines which would appeal to the US market, because the Filipinos speak excellent English, and their way of communicating is very westernized as well. So you might want to think about the Philippines as one of the places where you target your adverts if your product or service is marketable internationally. Okay, so I'll just remove the Make Money online so we can actually have a look at paid surveys a little bit more and do the search again. In the last 12 months it's not very significant. Okay, so if I just take away the word make for a second here, because I want to get a decent search volume to give me some idea of whether or not a lot of people are searching for this term. You can see this live. I haven't rehearsed this because obviously, you know, it's not producing anything significant at the moment. If it doesn't, I might go back again. So if we just get rid of Make Money and just type in paid surveys and try that, we should hopefully get some search volume on there. Interestingly, it's been declining over time, but it's definitely seasonal. Okay, it definitely drops off at the end of the year and picks up again, and it is quite predictable in that sense. Although there is a slow decline, it is something that's worth bearing in mind. If you're going to do some marketing here, then to target places like Australia, South Africa and New Zealand, where there seems to be a high proportion of people looking for this term, and to do it in January. So that's one way you can use Google Insights for search. And then interestingly here you've got breakout means this is a sunrise. There may not necessarily be a lot of people searching for this, but there is a very sudden or sharp increase in paid surveys, etc. That's not something I would know to search for. So Google does give us a lot of help here. And here we can see that the United States exclusively is a place to do this. Now, I never would have imagined that the word etc. would have been the thing to go for. Let's just add a search term here and take off the word etc. and see what we get, in terms of comparing one with the other. Well, paid surveys is higher, but it also follows that downward trend, and it also follows a very strong seasonal spike at the beginning of January. So there's a very simple way you can use Google Insights for search to do some keyword analysis. Going back lastly to the Google Wonder Wheel again, I think it is something you should spend quite a bit of time on. But if you're advertising under, if you're doing Google AdSense, so you're doing on the content network rather than on the search network. Okay, so rather than having adverts on the right hand side here like we have on this screenshot, the adverts that will appear under AdSense are on websites where they will allow that to earn themselves a little bit of money. What you can do, you can actually use this as a keyword group. Okay, so you can have an ad group with that title, and you can use these terms, because they're related terms, you can put them in the same ad group. And the reason for having more than one keyword phrase in an ad group if you're doing AdSense is because with AdSense it's more common that you will have a number of different bits of content on the website. So if you can target related keywords to your main one and have maybe 10, 20 and 30 related keywords to your main one under AdSense, so in each ad group you have maybe 20, 30 keywords, then you're more likely to be able to hit the sweet spot for somebody who's just browsing, because obviously we know that on the AdSense network, on the content network, the click-through rate is a lot smaller. Typically 0.2, 0.5% is not unusual. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. So this is just a recap. This is Dez Futak from dezfutak.com, and I've been talking to you today about how to use Google Insights for search and combining it with Google Wonder Wheel if you're doing keyword analysis for your marketing campaigns. Do come and visit dezfutak.com for more tips on internet marketing, and sign up on the list to get more information about my forthcoming video course on Internet Marketing 101. Thanks very much, and bye for now.